having a fantastic day. Today is Wednesday, but for some reason, when I woke up, I thought it was Thursday. So I mentioned on my YouTube posts, I don't know if you read it. It's a new one, by the way, from now. I might, I don't know. I don't know if it's still there. Is it? I don't even know. I think it's still there. I had a YouTube post of basically me talking about my doctor's trip. And I just summed it up. I went to the doctor's and that was it. There was not much else to say in it. So I want to talk about what happened in my live stream. So before I even continue, let me just give you an update on my health. So first things first, still have those lumps in my mouth, still have all of them, under my tongue, on my palate, under my lips. Um, Still have those sores in my earlobe, still have them, still have my what do you call it, lymph node by the side of my neck, which is very large. It's been like that since the beginning of the year, around February, March. And what else? I still have that dark spots on my chest. What else? When it comes to my stomach, um, it has been very strange to just monitor it. There was a point a couple months ago where I was just so fed up of monitoring everything, even my stool. I know it's embarrassing to talk about, but it ain't right when things have like a different color or slight black spots on it. It really scares you. Anyways, couple months ago, couple months ago, I noticed something, and I never really I never really grasped anything. What happened was I felt on the side of my ear, you see, on my ear, on my face, basically around my cheek, I felt a lump. This was a couple months ago. This was a couple months ago, nothing special. And I just tossed it aside as some kind of bone. And then today I realize it's not a bone, it's a lymph node. So I have another enlarged lymph node. So I not only have one lymph node on one side of my body, but I have another lymph node on the other side. And I'm very worried about this because um, there could be more lymph nodes possibly under my arms. I have not checked at all. The last time the doctor checked, I don't know. Um, I don't know when that was. I think like earlier before the middle of the month, and there was no lymph node. I don't know, maybe there could be another one because you see, your body has these lymph nodes and they're everywhere. And sometimes they get enlarged, and mostly when you're sick, but the thing is that they're supposed to shrink back. And yes, there are cases where it does not shrink, it remains enlarged forever. But there are some cases where if it's enlarged, it could also mean cancer. And that's kind of the scary thing. I've been trying to dodge that all my life, and now I'm worried. What if I have that? This year has been very strange. So when I feel the left side of my cheek near the ears, I I feel a tiny little lump. No, on the right side. Sorry, I'm mixing up my stuff. On the right side, I feel a tiny little lump, so tiny, like this. And on the left side, it seems a bit more enlarged, and when you press it, it really hurts against the bone. It's slightly larger, and it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. So I'm trying to press it. It just even just moving it is annoying. So that seems to be a bit enlarged. Um, maybe the small one on my left is also enlarged. I don't know. You see, I'm not an expert on lymph nodes. I swear I felt this cheek lymph node a couple months ago, or maybe even a year ago, because there were times where I would feel these strange bones on my body, and well, at first I thought it was bones. So it is annoying when you have these strange feelings and stuff. So yeah, my life is always, well, has been for a couple of months now, terrible. it's been extremely terrible. My body, you could say, my body has suffered so much, and at times it's depressing. It is very depressing. Around April when these things were starting to form, and I had a different lump in my mouth, only one lump in my mouth, I was terrified. I was so terrified, and I was crying. I think I was like really, really down. And looking back now, it's like, wow, that wasn't even the worst to come. And look now, I don't even think this is the worst to come. There could be something else forming. I have no idea. So, my best advice to anyone who's watching or anyone who watches this live stream after, let me just say that, hey, it is. Wait, can you see me? I'm wondering if you can see me because of my reflection, because of this stuff. I have no idea. Okay, if anyone has any problem, please fix yourself. And if you don't have any problem, don't wait for a problem to fix yourself. That's the best advice, because these days it's so easy just to wait for something to cause a problem, then you react. You should be reacting before you get sick. So yeah, basically to stop getting sick, just don't really follow in my footsteps. I feel like the mouth sores could have been really avoided if I took better care of my mouth. I'm not even joking. Even during my teen years, I was really not taking care of my mouth. Only like recent years, I've been really taking care of it. And then, even that too, like recent years, I've been brushing twice. Normally, I don't really do that. But years ago, I had poor oral hygiene. And there's a reason, I have to assume that this is the reason why I have all these sores. Trust me, it's better not to dive into unhealthy habits. Just understand that, don't really wait for something bad to come just to fix your life, because you never know what would happen next. It's best to fix yourself when you're basically fine. And I know most of y'all are possibly fine right now, so just avoid a lot of unhealthy foods, take care of your mouth, take care of your body, and that's all I can actually say, really. Oh, I also forgot something else. So even towards the beginning of the year, I've noticed this, but I never really mentioned it. I've also gained lumps on my head. Now, I thought these lumps were still fragments of the time I had chickenpox, because back in 2017 I had chickenpox, and years after I kept peeling out those sores that would be especially in my head. So some of the sores I felt, I expected it to be chickenpox lumps that have not gone yet, but it doesn't make any sense because they don't feel so much like chickenpox lumps. So they feel slightly different. So I feel like whatever's happening to me, especially around my face, because to have all the swirling in your face in different parts, it is really worrisome. I don't know what really caused it, because it started around February when I was getting sick, and I kind of tossed it aside. I remember on the floor, like on February, I was putting nail polish, and that was the last time I wore nail polish. I put on nail polish. I remember putting it on. I knew I was sick, and I had like a bit of a cold. I had no idea it was getting so bad. Then a couple days after, it got worse, and then I had to go to the doctors. But honestly, this was just terrifying to have everything like this now. And the worst part is that we haven't really solved anything yet. Like besides that one lump I've had in my mouth, which was solved on its own, because the lump I had on my mouth, the first lump I've had, basically it was on my gum, and then all of a sudden, it's I kept pressing it and it would get larger, and then one point I just kind of forgot about it, and then soon a tooth kind of burst out of it. So yeah, but what about the new lumps that formed? That's just so worrisome. I kept worrying about all these things, and this year has been the most stressful. Obviously, every year I've stressed about something. It always seems like I'm always stressing about something, even if something is benign, even if it's something that's made up in my head. Like times where when I there were times like years ago, I would just have these random thoughts. What if this happens? What if that happens? How will I deal with this or that? I kept thinking about that, and I kept getting myself always enraged and having these dark thoughts, and I really wish I never had those dark thoughts. So the best thing for me to do is just, I don't even know. I don't even want to say anything because anytime I say something, the opposite happens. My life is just full of that nonsense. So, anyways, I went to the doctors on Monday. So we weren't supposed to go. We did plan to go, but then something just happened, and then we weren't going to the doctors. And then moments later, I had a migraine. And it's been a while since I've gotten the migraine, and then it just started. And oh, I tell you, migraines are the worst. If you have never gotten them, trust me, you will dislike them if you ever have them. They're the worst thing ever to ever have. So I started having these migraines, like the blurry vision and stuff. I had my mother just, you know, rub Vicks vapor rub all over my face, and that was it. And then I tried sleeping. Nothing worked. And then moments later, we decided to go to the doctors, and my migraine was at the point getting worse because no more did I have blurry vision, but the front of my head was bursting. It felt like it was just going to explode. And then I decided to go regardless because here's the thing, if I waited till Tuesday to go, it would have been annoying. Because look, I know I'm sick, but it's something that I have to kind of pull through. And as we went to the doctors, I was just so like worried because I felt at sometimes wanting to vomit. Hello. Yes, it's live. Hi, hello. It is live. This is a live stream. So I hope you're doing well. Anyways, as I was saying, we went to the doctors and I got some medication. I mostly went for the sores in my mouth because they've been there for like weeks now and I've been trying to get rid of them. So, got some medication and then we went back to the car. And as we went, oh my goodness, the hooting of the taxis. Now in South Africa, we don't really have the cab taxis. We have the minivan taxis, which can take like 10 to 11 people. And sometimes they will just hoot nonstop at pedestrians. Maybe they think they want to come for a lift. Are you really conservative? Yes, I am. I do consider myself conservative. I've been considering myself conservative since around 2018 when I got more into politics. But I used to be a bit more progressive before that. Anyways, the migraine still persisted, and I could not sleep. The thing about, trying to sleep after you just woke up is very annoying because it's just something I'm not really used to. I have fell asleep in the past, but that was when I was extremely tired. But having a migraine and not being tired is just something that's so mismatched. Cool. Thank you so much. Anyways, what else can I talk about? So, so yeah, so the migraine came, it went around 2, 3, I think, and I was feeling a bit better, but honestly, I was just so miserable because when you have migraines, you feel miserable and everything around you just is so bright. You start to realize how bright everything was and how loud everything was. So that's the thing about migraines. It really highlights everything in the worst way possible. So what else can I talk about? I was just so eager to talk about this because on my YouTube post, when I spoke about this, I just brushed it aside all the problems I've had. So I got some medicine. I got some medicine, which let me show you. Okay, I don't know if I should show you. I basically had three medicines. One was an antifungal tablet, and two I have never taken before until Monday, until yesterday. I was told to take two each a day. So, yeah, it's so strange because I never taken those tablets before. I don't know what are they doing in my body. I don't know if they're helping. I really don't know. And I'm very afraid to worry about that. All right then. So what else can I talk about? There's so much to talk about, but I'm just so worried. Okay, hold on. I have something. Okay. When did you transition? I did not transition yet. I did not transition yet because it just costs so much. It costs so much money. And I also have a problem with my heart that's making me not transition. For years, I've tried to find some way for me to transition, but I can't transition. It's unfortunate. Unless there's some way that, can something that can help me transition, I won't be able to transition because I've been wanting to transition since I was a kid. So how did you fully transition? No, I did not fully transition. So right now I'm just stuck as a male. I'm stuck as a male. And yeah, that's it. I feel like I feel like I might not get a chance to transition. For years I've been wanting to transition for like years, and now I'm not able to transition because not just well, it's not just the money, it's also the health problems. But if there was a way, no, I mean like what does transitioning. Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread that. I misread that. Okay. What does transitioning consist of? You need, I would say that you don't really need a lot of surgery. It depends on if you really want the surgery or not, because there's so many types of surgeries. There's surgery for your chest to augment your chest to make to add breasts. There is also surgery for your face, facial feminization surgery, which that's also optional, and there's also possibly a sex reassignment surgery, which is basically down, like your privates, just changing it into something else. And that's a lot of those things are optional, but the main thing is taking medicine. So you will get like a bunch of medicine, injections and medicine and like tablets where where you can take, and it'll just stop the male hormones, and it'll produce it. Well, I'm not super smart on this issue, but I do know you have to take a lot of injections because I've seen a lot of transitioners have a lot of these plasters on themselves. Basically, they have to take injections, take medicine. Have you ever heard of the book Krog by EBZ? No, I have not. I have not been reading every single book. I'm very selective on what books I read. For instance, I have all of these books over here, but I also have, let me show you. I also have this book. I also have this book. I also have this book. So I got this book the beginning of the year. I purchased it last year. And obviously it's basically a collection of old fairy tales. I also have the full collection of Narnia. I have all three Lord of the Rings books. I've only started reading around last year. I used to be really good at reading when I was a child, and all of a sudden I lost interest in it because I was so focused on my own personal stuff. And then when you get into high school as well, you just don't really care about reading. But I fell in love with reading again, and it's so wonderful to read books. So, yeah, it's just that books are very expensive to get. Sometimes I would get books on special, like these Harry Potter books. I got them on special, This one was very cheap. It's like 800 pages, but it was so cheap to get. So a lot of the stuff I have, I've gotten um, I've gotten due to some price change, or possibly, a very poor edition, because these pieces of paper are very thin. I'm not able to read, unfortunately. Oh, that's very sad. A man named Burger Planet Eye gouged me, and I'm blind for life, so I cannot read. I have to listen to audiobooks. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm very happy that audiobooks exist. So a lot of people can get into these books. Let's just say if they can't, you know, look at books, or let's just say that they're very busy at times, it's good to have audiobooks, and it's good to listen to that. Even audiobooks too, I just can't afford. There's some really good audiobooks read by really good voices. Unfortunately, I just can't afford everything. And I try to find free audiobooks. At times, people would upload them on YouTube, but still, it gets taken down so quickly. So, yeah, I really like to read again. It's so fascinating to go back into reading. When I was a kid, I was just so good with reading, and I just lost touch with my roots, which is so unfortunate. So, what else can I talk about? Okay, so what else can I say? There's so much I would like to talk about, but unfortunately, I always feel like anytime I mention something, something is going to happen. So I'm just going to not mention anything that I'm working on, because I have stuff that that I'm working on that I can't mention right now. So, anyways, yeah, this book is fantastic. I also need more time to read, because I'm busy with some secret projects. I've been busy for some time on secret projects, and I really wish I got a lot done, because right now I'm working with. So this is my notebook. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to use it for a lot of projects. What do you usually upload on YouTube? Well, I have a lot of channels. I have another channel which is mostly geek stuff. It's mostly me ranting about stuff and video games, but that channel has so little subscribers. It has less than 100 subscribers. This channel, I started posting a lot of trans content and stuff about myself. I recently opened a Rumble channel, which I have not posted in a couple of weeks. So I feel like having too many channels is also a problem. I would like to post more content, but at the same time, I'm always so busy. I'm trying to juggle work, and I'm trying to juggle doing this. I also want to post more videos. I really want to post more videos on this channel. Have you ever done an IRL stream? Nope, I have not. I have not. It's just very difficult to bring the camera everywhere, and yeah, it's just too difficult. I've tried vlogging in different places, but it's just too difficult to do that too. I feel like I need like a really good camera that's very small, so people won't really look at it. Because if I take my large phone and go everywhere, people will look at it, and people will be very very concerned. Transmaxing. I have heard of transmaxing, and it is getting a bit more popular over the past few years. So, yeah, I did an IRL stream years ago, but it was dangerous. I had to mace people in self-defense. Wow. Yeah, that's another thing. It's that sometimes people can come after you. So, yeah, it's a safety problem, which I rather not get into. So I feel like I rather just do a live stream at home, because it's safer, it's better. I don't have to worry about anything, and it's just comfortable. what is transmaxing? So transmaxing is basically when incels transition because it basically gives them privileges. It sounds very strange because it is a strange concept, but well, I can't really say anything else about that because it's just so hard to understand why people would do that. But then they want attention, they want to be loved, and the best way for them to get love is to transition into a female because it gives them all of this love and admiration by people. I have never met a trans maxer before, but I have seen a couple of them on YouTube, so that's very interesting. But I can't really say so much about that because I have made so much of pro male to female content, so I feel like I can't really judge so harshly on that because I've made so much of the pro content, the pro trans content. So it feels very strange. And I've made so many videos last year. Can you help me out? What seems to be the problem? So yeah, so I want to make more videos on this channel, but I don't know. I feel like at times I get carried away with my videos and too distracted because I also have other things to do. So I'm trying to juggle everything I'm trying to focus on. And then there are times where I just can't. Do you have any advice for my alcoholic uncle? He drinks so much. He is diabetic and he's getting sores on his leg. He gets so drunk and does terrible things. He threw a dog once. Oh my goodness, that is very sad. Do you have any advice? I don't know because I don't drink. I'm not someone who ever drank before in my life. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But I think the best thing to do is start off with slowing down the alcohol and I don't know what else to say. I really wish I had more advice. My name is Suspenders on YouTube. Do you smoke weed? No, I don't smoke anything. I smoke oxygen. I breathe oxygen like everyone else. Thank you for your answer. What pills would you suggest? What do you mean by pills? You have a pretty voice. Thank you so much. Okay, so as I was saying about posting videos on this channel, I also have another channel, and even years ago, I had a completely different account where that was my bread and butter of of my life. Basically, I never earned anything, but I really wanted to. I had a really good YouTube channel, and I put in like over thousands of hours into it, and then it was all taken away because of copyrights because I played a video game. I played a video game and I did like I guess 26 episodes on the video game and I just got striked and I lost my entire account. Open a book. A book is open. Lies. Are you attracted to black men? I'm not attracted to I'm not really attracted to men. I'm not. Lies. What am I lying on? I mean, it's open. The book is open. Okay. So, so yeah, YouTube is something very interesting. I've been on YouTube since 2016 and I've noticed so much of cultural shifts. Oh, okay. You like women, I see. Yeah, I like women. Do you think Willie Too Legit went to heaven or hell? I don't know who that is. Anyways, yeah. So being on YouTube for so long, you get to see the changes of culture, you get to see what specific video dominated the internet. I remember in 2017 how everyone loved fidget spinners. Everyone loved um, slime and gummy food. Everybody loved that. And then there were diss tracks, so many diss tracks. I remember in 2016 how Rice Gum had drama with a different YouTuber. I remember all these things. And it's crazy how so many of these YouTubers who were so prominent years ago just faded away. And I also think that the internet is also bringing a lot of drama because every time now you always hear something about some dramatic problem. It's very sad. It's very sad. I really wish things were a bit better, but in order to make things better, I feel like you just got to focus on the good aspects and continue. Do you hate M? Do you hate him? I don't know what you mean by that. Anyways, well, if you're wondering about hating YouTubers, I don't really watch a lot of YouTubers because if I watch every one of them, I feel like I'll I'll just not enjoy them. So I just tend to watch people I like, and I try my best not to get so enraged. I used to be so upset all the time about everything, and YouTube is just it's a place where you can find so much good content and also so much outrageous content. And I'm trying to kind of move on from watching a lot of stuff because during 2018 I used to watch a lot of drama channels, a lot of the tea channels as well. I was so into drama, and now looking back I just feel so ridiculous because that's all I cared about. I could have been watching something else, but I only focused on the drama. And I hated people for no reason. So that just feels so sad. So, yeah, thoughts on black people. What kind of question is that? That's a strange question because everyone is equal. So, yeah, what we talking about? Okay, so moving on from the conversation, I don't know what else to talk about. I don't really know what else to talk about. I feel like, okay, Wooly is a simp who stole Neki from Only Use Me Blade. I have no idea who that is. I'm sorry, I just don't know so many people. The internet is really big. Thoughts on white people? I don't know what to say. I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, everyone should be treated equally. Lol. Yeah, it's a very tough question. Okay, so hmm, hmm. I have nothing. I have nothing else to say. Let me try and think of what to say. Hmm, I don't know. Oh, um, so I got these headphones around last year, and within a week, the cable got damaged, and I think I damaged it. So it still works. It possibly still works. I haven't tried it out, but I actually like those headphones. It feels nice. It just folds together. Unfortunately, it's just getting too dusty. I have a friend who married a Thai hooker and is giving her all his money. She is cheating on him. I tried to help him, but he is blind. Oh, that is terrible. That's very terrible. Well, I hope he wakes up. So he lets control him. Wow. Yes, it's terrible. So you need any clothes? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I do have a lot of feminine clothes. So that's fine. But right now I have to save not on clothes. I have to save on my health because I have to at least check some place. I have to at least check some specialist on all the sores in my body, maybe find some closure on something. Anyways, speaking of my headphones, this year I got these wireless earbuds and they have been so good. Years ago, I used to have a wireless headphones, and the problem was that you gotta keep charging them every so hours. And even with this wireless earbuds, you have to always charge them. But honestly, I like it a bit more. It's a bit more fun to have. Any advice on how to escape a sex trap? Being in here for a week and can't get out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that much on sex. I don't know. I'm a virgin. I don't know that much on all these things. I'm not an expert. So, anyways, what else can I talk about? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, Black Friday is a couple of days from now, but a lot of stores are going to be selling so much of content. It really sucks when you have nothing to buy. Or let's just say you want something but you don't have any money. So it's just so pointless. But then again, I don't want to splurge too much. Black Friday. Yes, Black Friday is a very special time. Sometimes stores will have like a full month sale, which is the best. Right now in my country, Nintendo Switch is having like a really good, well, the Nintendo company is having a really good special on a Switch. Unfortunately, I don't have that much. So yeah, I feel like if I had much and I wasn't suffering, I would have at least purchased something. People who Israel and Palestine. So I'm stuck in the middle of that. For me, I just want peace on both sides. I'm sure there will be a way where both sides can come together and live in harmony because peace is the main goal both sides want. And I think if both sides, okay, for some reason my Wi-Fi disconnected. Don't even know why. Anyways, yeah, okay. So I hope I'm live. I'm going to buy a new arm thing. I don't know what that means. My friends and I get together every Sunday to watch Israel versus Palestine. We have beers, food, watching a war. Oh my gosh. Wow. We bet on who will win. Some say this war will continue for, for many more generations. But it should end. It should definitely end. It should not continue. It should not continue. Because if it doesn't end now, the next generation will be plagued by this, and so on and so forth. So that's why you got to end it soon before it's too late. So, anyway, speaking about Black Friday, the best sales happen. Those crazy guys in Germany almost ended it. Oh, okay. All right. So going back to the topic. Okay, wait. I keep getting comments. I have a friend who's an alcoholic and streams. He does shots for views and was caught in love triangle where the other man died. Wow. Wow, that's very sad. Yeah, well, I don't drink. I don't do a lot of stuff that a lot of people consider to be very cool. Back in the day, it used to be so to drink and smoke and to drink or smoke, but now they smoke and drink. Are you far right? No, I'm not. I'm not. I have not done a political compass test in years, but I can guarantee you I'm not far right. I know a couple of people who are far right, but I'm not. Okay, what else can I talk about? I'm trying to find topics to talk about, but I'm always missing a topic. Hmm. I'm just so confused. Um, all right, you know what? Let me read a story. Let me read one story from this beautiful book. Gavin Newsom made my kids gay. Story time. Are you for free speech? Yes, I am for free speech. Okay, there are so many stories in this book that aren't so short, so I'll try and find something very short. Okay, this one, the straw, the coal, and the bean. I'm going to drop some free speech in the chat. I can just assume what's going to come. Okay, but just remember, I may be fine with stuff, but YouTube won't be because YouTube likes to sometimes ban comments. Even on my regular chats, when I check all the spam comments, YouTube just puts so many comments. I don't even edit the spam stuff. So YouTube does a lot of the stuff. Okay, do you have any tattoos? No, I don't. I don't. Okay. So the straw, the coal, and the bean. So what I like about this is the image. It's so beautiful. Unfortunately, this book is all black and white. When I purchased it, there was no description of it being in color. It just said it was illustrated. But I was very disappointed because there was an image on on the website where I purchased it from that showed color. So I'm just disappointed that it's not in color. In fact, it had a very different cover. So I was so surprised to see a cover like this. Okay, so let us begin. In a village dwelt a poor old woman who had gathered together a dish of beans and wanted to cook them. So she made a fire on her hearth, and that it that it might burn the quicker. She lighted it with a handful of straw. When she was emptying the beans into the pan, one dropped without observing it, and lay on the ground beside a straw, and soon afterwards a burning coal from the fire leapt down to the two. Then the straw began and said, "Dear friends, from whence do you come here?" The coal replied, "I fortunately sprang out of the fire, and if I had not escaped by main force, my death would have been certain." "I should have been burnt to ashes," the bean said. "I too have escaped with a whole skin, but if the old woman had had got me into the pan, I should have been made into broth without any mercy like my comrades." "And would a better fate have fallen to my lot?" said the straw. "The old woman has destroyed all my brethren in fire and smoke. She seized 60 of them at once and took their lives. I luckily slipped through her fingers. But what are we to do now?" said the coal. I think, answered the bean, that as we have so fortunately escaped death, we should have to cap. I'm sorry. Sometimes, sometimes I just, sometimes I just read so fast, and then and then I just, I just twist my tongue. Okay, I think, answered the bean, that as we have so fortunately escaped death, we should keep together like good companions, and lest a new mischance should overtake us here, we should go away together and repair to a foreign country. The racist live streamer known as Burger Planet sent us here. I don't know who he is. I don't know. From which live stream? From YouTube, from Rumble, from BitChute. Okay, moving on. Let me finish the story. The proposition pleased the two others, and they set out on their way in company. Soon, however, they came to a little brook, and as there was no bridge or footplank, they did not know how they were going to get over it. He freaking said it. Okay, Burger Planet is dead. Colombians got him. Burger Planet told me to watch. I don't know who he is. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay. The straw hit on a good idea and said, I will lay myself straight across, and then you can walk over me as on a bridge. The straw therefore stretched itself from one bank to another, and the coal was of an impetuous disposition, tripped quite boldly on to the newly built bridge. But when she had reached the middle, and near the water rushing beneath her, she was after all afraid, and stood still, and ventured no further. The straw, however, began to burn, broke into two pieces, and fell into the stream. The coal slipped after her, ist when she got into the water, and breathed a last. The bean, who had prudently stayed behind on the shore, could not but laugh at the event, was unable to stop, and laughed so heartily that she burst. It would have been all over with her likewise, if, by good fortune, a tailor who was travelling in search of work had not sat down to rest by the brook. As he had a compassionate heart, he pulled out his needle and thread and sewed her together. The bean thanked him most prettily, but as the tailor used black thread, all beans since then have a black stem. That was a very odd story. Okay, so I've missed a lot of comments. What's going on? Is is his Professor McGonagall? This okay, is this Professor McGonagall? What are your thoughts on immigration? There should there should be limited immigration, and there should not be mass migration, especially economic migration. I understand, if your country is is being terrorized, you want to escape to a different place, but you should also respect the law of other countries. Okay, my throat is really hurting. I heard this channel is running fire sales. No, I am not. Okay, I have to go. Take care, everyone. Bye.